So let's see, I have this question. It is this one. Uh, in a right angle triangle ABC, right angle at B, this is the triangle. If tan A is equal to 1, that means if I just consider this angle, tan A is 1. That means if this is the angle, then this will be what? This will be base, and this will be what? Perpendicular, right? And that will be what? That will be your hypotenuse, right? Now guys, see, I have to prove that 2 sin A cos A is 1. I have to prove this one. Now guys, see, I have been given what? I have been given tan A, which is what? It is 1. Now, if you guys have this block with you, right? You have this box PBP HHP. You guys see tan A is what? Tan A is perpendicular upon base. So can I write it like this? 1 by 1, which is equal to what? P by P. So P ratio B is what? It is 1:1. Let ratio equals to K. So perpendicular is what? It is 1K, and base is what? It is 1K as well. Now choice is yours. You can even just remove this K, because while we are finding out the values, K will be removed. But let's take this one. So hypotenuse will be what? Let's find that out. Because I know sin A will be what? It will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse. And cos A will be what? It will be same. So let's see. Hypotenuse will be what? It will be perpendicular. Hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus AC square. That means AC square is equal to what? AB square plus BC square. Provided this is your perpendicular and that is your base. So if I just find the values, AC square will be what? 1 plus 1, which will be a 2. So in short, AC is what? It is square root 2. And we are using K also. So let's say K square, K square. So it is what? 2K. Right? Since we are considering the ratio to be K, so it is K, so K square plus K square, 2K square. It will be what? It will be root 2K, right? So I have my base, which is K. I have my hypotenuse, which is K. Sorry, perpendicular, which is K. And my hypotenuse root 2. Okay. Now I have to find out what? I have to find out sin A. So let's see what the value of sin A is. If I just erase this one. So sin A will be what? Sin A will be perpendicular over hypotenuse. That means the ratio is of what? It is of AB over AC, which is what? 1K over root 2K. So you guys see, K and K will cancel out. I will be having what? 1 over root 2. That is sin A. Now we have to find out cos A as well. So let me just erase this one, since I know my sin A is 1 by root 2. Now let's find out cos A. Let us take cos A now. Cos A is what? It is base over hypotenuse. Base is yet this K over hypotenuse root 2K. So cos A is what? Cos A is 1 by root 2 as well. So according to question, I have to prove what? If I just erase this now, since I don't need that one, since I erase everything here, I just have to prove sin A into cos A twice of that is 1. So let's see, if I take this value, if I just erase this one, and yeah, I have to prove what? Required to prove is 2 sin A cos A equals to 1. I have to prove this one. So taking what? Taking LHS now. I have what? 2 into 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2. So 2 into what? A 1 by 2, which will be what? A 1, which is equal to what? RHS. So hence proved. Right? See, the thing was, we had to verify which angle A will be, and the side opposite to that angle A will be a perpendicular. The arm on which it is, it will be the base, and the adjacent arm near that will be the hypotenuse, because the side opposite to the 90-degree angle is your hypotenuse. If I have taken the side opposite to this angle to be perpendicular, which is this one, and the arm, this is your base, then obviously third side will be what? It will be your hypotenuse, right? Now let's see, what do we have next? It is this. In triangle OPQ, OPQ is a right angle triangle, right angle at P. OP is equal to 7 centimeter, and OQ minus PQ, that means This minus that is 1. So OQ minus PQ is what? It is 1 centimeter. So OQ is what? It is 1 plus PQ, right? That will be the case. I know this is the right angle triangle, so it will be what? You have OQ square equals to PQ square plus OP square, right? Now I know OQ is what? It is 1 plus PQ. Square of this equals to PQ square plus 49. So if I solve this, I will be having what? A 1 plus PQ square plus 2PQ equals to 49 plus PQ square, right? This will be cancelling out. 2PQ will be what? It will be 48. PQ will be what? It will be 24. So PQ is what? It is 24 centimeter. Then QP is what? It is 25 centimeter. Understood? So this is the case. I have my values. I have to find out what? I have to find out the value of sine Q and cos Q. This will be the case. I will be considering this angle. Then this will become what? This will become my base. This will become my perpendicular. And obviously this is what? This is my hypotenuse. So I know 24, 25 and 7, that is the triplet also. So if I just erase this one, let me just erase this. So if I erase this one, what do I have? Let's see. I have to find out sine Q, which will be what? Perpendicular over hypotenuse. Perpendicular is what? It is this one, 7 centimeter. Hypotenuse is what? It is 25. So sine Q is what? 7 by 5. I have to find out cos Q. Cos Q will be what? Base over hypotenuse, which will be what? It will be 24 by 25, right? So these were what we had to find out. So these are the two values, right? I hope you have understood the case, right? So this is how you are going to do it. Now let's see what do we have next. So here we are going to start our exercise 8.1. Pay attention to this because this exercise is very important. So starting with our exercise 8.1, the question is, in a triangle ABC, right angle is at B. So let's draw our triangle ABC, which is right angled. Let's say that's the angle ABC, right angle is at B. That means this is what? My hypotenuse, this is what? My perpendicular. For now, if I'm not observing any angle, this will be the base. Okay. If AB is 24, this is 24 centimeter, this is what? 7 centimeter. I have to find out sine A. I am going to consider this angle, then value will be what? This will become the base and this will become what? My perpendicular, right? Cos A will be similarly calculated, then we will be considering what? This angle. While we consider this one, this will become what? My base, and this one will become my what? Perpendicular. So these will be the case. Now let's see. I know AB square plus BC square is equal to what? AC square, because ABC is what? ABC is a right angled triangle, right? If this is the case, then 49 plus square of 24, 576 is equal to AC square. So AC square is what? It is 625. AC will be what? It will be 25 centimeter, right? So AC is what? It is 25 centimeter. Now I have to find out what? Sine A and cos A. So if I just erase this, I know I am going to consider my angle A. So I know the side opposite to my angle A will be my perpendicular and the arm will be my base. So if this is the case, then sine A is what? It is perpendicular over hypotenuse. That means it is BC over AC. That means 7 by 25, right? Now I have to calculate cos A. Cos A will be what? It will be base over base over hypotenuse, which will be what? AB over AC, which is what? 24 by 25, right? Now I have to do what? I have to find out sine C and cos C. So now what will happen? My perpendicular and bases will be interchanging. So if I erase this one, I will be having what? Let's see. So in second case, sine C will be what? It will be perpendicular over hypotenuse. Now this is the angle, perpendicular is what? AB over AC, which is equal to what? 24 by 25, right? Hence cos C will be what? It will be perpendicular over, sorry, base over hypotenuse, which is what? BC over AC, which is what? 7 by 24. These are the answers. Now guys, the answers are different in both of the cases, which is why, because we have taken two different angles. The angle A was opposite to C, so the sides will be different. This will be the perpendicular, this will be the base. And while I'm considering C, then this will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. So I hope you have understood the case, how this works. So this is how it works. Now let's see what do we have next. If I just move forward, see, this is the second question. It is what? In figure 18.8.13, which is this one, find tan P and cot R. I have to find out tan P and cot R and the difference of both. Now guys, see, PQ is what? It is 12 centimeter. PR is what? It is 13 centimeter. Then QR will be what? We have to find out. That means PQ square plus QR square equals to PR square. That means 144 plus x square equals to what? 169. X square will be what? 169 minus 144. X square is 25. X is what? Centimeter. So this missing side is what? It is 5 centimeter. Right? This side is 5 centimeter. Now we have to do what? We have to find out tan P. So if I just erase this one, if I erase this, what I will be having, let's see. So tan P, it will be what? Since this is the angle, this will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. Tan P is what? It is perpendicular over base. That means QR over PQ, which will be what? 5 by 12, right? Now I have to find out cot R. Cot R is what? This will be the base and this will be the perpendicular. That means cot R is what? It is base over perpendicular, which will be what? QR over PQ. It will be what? 5 by 12. So tan P minus cot R is what? 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12, which is what? 0. So the answer is what? It is 0. So the ratio or the difference between the angle at P, the tan angle at P and cot angle at R, it is what? It is 0. I hope you have understood the case, right? We had to use only the values or the trigonometric ratios. Subtracting those values, I got my value, which was what? It was 0. Now let's see what do we have next. It is this one. Given 15 cot A is equal to 8. Now remember, I have been given 15 cot A, which is 8. That means if 15 cot A is what? It is 8. Then cot A is what? It is 8 by 15. Now I know cot is what? It is base over perpendicular. That means B will be what? 8x and P will be what? It will be 15x. I have to find out what? I have to find out hypotenuse. So hypotenuse will be what? Let's see. H square plus h square equals to what? It is equal to what? It is equal to p square plus p square. That means 64 x square plus 225 x square, which will be what? H square will be equal to 289 x square. Right, since I've taken ratio, let ratio equals to x. So this will be the case, right? H will be what? It will be 17x, right? So I have my P, which is what? 8x. I have my B, which is what? Sorry, actually this is the base and that is the perpendicular, right? Because the angle is of cot, not 10. So if this is the case, perpendicular is what? It is 15x and hypotenuse is what? It is 17x, right? So I have to find out the ratios or the remaining sin A and secant A. Let's see what do we have. If I just erase this one, let's see what do we have. So I have to find out what? I have to find out sin A. Sin A is what? Perpendicular upon base, sorry, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. That means 15x over 17x, which will be what? 15 by 17. And I know my secant A is what? Secant A is hypotenuse over base, right? Let's see. P, 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 H, H, P. This is cos, this is secant. Secant is what? Hypotenuse upon base. So that will be the case. Answer will be what? 17x by 8x. Answer will be what? It will be 17 by 8. Right? So this will be the answer if you are considering what? If you are considering your sin A and secant A, so this will be the case. I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this, right? Now let's see what do we have next. And before I attempt this question, I hope there is no doubt regarding the concept that we are doing. So I hope you are able to do this sum on your own. So I'm just giving you time, just pause the video, try to do this sum on your own. The sum is what it is. Given secant theta is 13 by 12, calculate all other trigonometric ratios. That means secant theta is what? It is 13 by 12, which is what? You guys remember secant theta is what? It is hypotenuse upon base. So if this is my right angle triangle, I will be having what? Let's see. This will be the base and this will be what? This will be the hypotenuse. So that means which angle am I considering? This is my theta angle. So let's say this is the angle which is 90 degree. I have to find out what? I have to find out perpendicular. I know this is 12k. This is what? 13k. Or even you can take 12 and 13 exactly. So let's see what do we have. I know. Let's name this one A, B, C. So AB square plus BC square is equal to what? AC square. AB will be what? AB square will be equal to AC square minus BC square. That means I have what? A 169 minus 124. Sorry, 144 actually. 169 minus 144. It is what? A 25. So AB square is what? It is 25. AB is what? It is 5 centimeter. Now I have to find out everything else. I know this is 5 centimeter, or you can say 5k. Since we are taking k also, so let's say this is k square. This is k square also. And I will be having a k square as well. So I will be having what? A 5k as my side, right? Let's say this is 5k. Okay, now you guys see I have each and every dimension. So I'm just going to erase this one since we have to find out each and every trigonometric ratio. So if I just erase this one and start with my sine theta. Sine theta is what? It is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. That means AB over AC, which will be what? 5k over 13k, which will be what? 5 by 13. Now I have to find out what? Cos theta. Cos theta will be what? It will be 1 over secant theta. So let's just reciprocal this one. I will be having what? 12 by 13. Or you can do what? Or it is base over hypotenuse. That means 12k over 13k. So in short, you will still be having this value, right? Now I have to find out what? I have to find out tan theta. Tan theta is what? It is either sine theta over cos theta, which will be what? It will be 5 by 13 over 12 by 13, which will be what? A 5 by 12, or you can say perpendicular over base, which will be 5 by 12 as well. Choice is yours, right? Now I have to find out what? I have to find out the cosecant theta and cot theta. If I just erase this one, so cosecant theta is what? It is 1 over sine theta, right? So cosecant theta will be what? It will be 1 over sine theta, or you can say it is what? Hypotenuse upon perpendicular. If it is 1 over sine theta, then it should be what? 13 by 5, or it can be what? 13 by 5 as well. Both cases the answer will be same. And for the case of cot theta, it is what? 1 over tan theta. That means 12 by 5, or you can say what? Base upon perpendicular. So you will still be getting the same answer, right? So I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this question. And I hope you were guys able to do this sum on your own, right? Now let's see what do we have next. It is this one. See, if A and B are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B. See, it is given to me that cos A is equal to cos B. I have to show that angle A is equal to angle B. Let's say this is the right angle triangle, which is A, B, C. Let's say this is the different case. Here is C and here is B. Because A and C are acute angles, they cannot be of 90. So let's say this is the angle C here. Let me just erase this. Let's say this is the angle C and this is the angle B. This is 90 and both of them are acute, such that cos A is equal to cos B. If this is the case, you guys remember cos A is what? It is base over hypotenuse. So you remember cos of any angle theta is what? Base over hypotenuse. If this is angle A, then this will be base and this will be perpendicular and this will be hypotenuse. If this is the angle which is B, then this will be base and this will be perpendicular. Hypotenuse will be same. If this is the case, cos A will be what? Cos A will be based upon perpendicular, that means AC over AB. Cos B will be what? Cos B will be BC over AB. And I have been given that both of the ratios are same. That means AC over AB is same as BC over AB. If I divide these two, I will be having what? AC is equal to BC. That means this side is same as this one. If I have AC which is equal to BC, so I can say it is what? Triangle ABC is an isosceles right angle triangle. Since angle C is right angle, or you can simply say it is an isosceles triangle. So triangle ABC is an isosceles right angle triangle. Therefore, if AC is equal to BC, then angle A will be equal to angle B, because angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Right? Angles opposite to equal sides are equal. So this will be the case. I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this. So this is how you are going to do sum, which is based on these concepts. See, simply since it was an acute, I can tell you the measurement also. Since both of these two angles are equal and this one is 90, so this will be a 45 and this will be a 45 as well. So that means both of them are acute too. I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this question, right? So with that being said, let us see what do we have next. Now, this is very important, although it is very easy, but as compared to the sums that we have done earlier, this is the most important one. I can say this is the most important one of this exercise. Now guys, see, you have what? You have cot theta, which is what? 7/8. I have to find out this value. I have to find out this value. Firstly, guys, see, cot theta is what? It is base over perpendicular. That means base is what? It is 7k and perpendicular is what? It is 8k. So if I solve this, I will be having what? Hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. If this is the case, then hypotenuse what? It will be square of that 49k square plus 64k square. So if I solve this, I will be having what? 9 plus 4, it will be 13, 1 carry, 10 and 1 11, root 113 k square. Right, that will be the case. Since we have to add the squares of their values, square of it is 64 and that is 49. So adding this, you will be getting a 103k square, which is under square root, which will be h. H will be what? Square root 113. Okay, right. So if this is the case, now let's see what do we have. I know my perpendicular is 8k, my base is 7k, and my hypotenuse is what? It is 113. Okay, so I have to find out what? I have to find out 1 plus sine theta, 1 plus cos into 1 minus sine theta over 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. So let's see, if I just start with my first part. First part is what? 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta over 1 plus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta. I know if there is something like this, a plus b into a minus b, it will be what? A square minus b square, right? So can I write it like this? 1 square plus sine theta whole square. Sorry, there should be a minus in between. So if it is like this, let me just put a minus here. See, a plus b a minus b, a square minus b square. Over same thing will be here. That means 1 minus cos theta whole square. Now guys, see, it can be written like this: 1 minus sine square theta over 1 minus cos square theta. Right? I had told you, if you want to put the square over your sine value or any trigonometric value, square will be between that function's name and the theta. That means square on that. It should be sine square theta and cos square theta. If this is the case, you guys see, if I just tell you, do you guys remember your identity which was like this? Sine square theta plus cos square theta. It is what? 1. So sine square theta will be what? It will be 1 minus cos square theta. And cos square theta will be what? 1 minus sine square theta. So in places of these two, can I put just simply cos square theta and sine square theta? So if I just erase this one, if I erase this, see, either you can place the values there and then solve this, or we can just use our identities and then solve it. So I know 1 minus sine square theta is what? It is cos square theta. And 1 minus cos square theta is what? It is sine square theta. That means if I can write it like this, cos theta over sine theta, square of both, I will be having what? Cot square theta. Now cot square theta, I have to put that value. It can be written like this: 7 by 8 square of that. So it should be what? 49 by 64. That is the value of first. Similarly, your answer of second will be what? It will be 49 over 64 as well. Because we have to find out square of cot square theta. Sorry, square of cot theta, it will be what? 7 by 8 square of that. It will be 49 by 64. And I already knew this gave me what? A cos square theta, and this gave me what? A sine square theta. So cos over sine is cot theta, square of that will be what? 7 by 8 square of that, it will be this much. So I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this. Although you could have taken the LCM and then you could have solved that, you will still be ending up with this answer. So I hope you don't have any doubt in this. So try to use identities as much as possible so that your answer is pretty easy and straightforward. I don't think you have any doubt. So let's see, what do we have next? So it is this one: if 3 cot A is equal to 4, check whether this value is same as this value. I have to prove that. Now guys, see, I have been given what? I have been given 3 cot A equals to what? 4. Then cot A will be what? It will be 4 by 3. Right? That means this is what? This is base upon perpendicular. So base is what? Base is 4k and perpendicular is what? It is 3k. So that means hypotenuse will be what? H square equals to 4k square plus 3k square. That means 16k square plus 9k square. That means 25k square. So h square is what? It is 25k square. H will be what? 5k. So I have my hypotenuse now, which is what? 5k. So if I just erase this one, let me just erase this. So if I just erase the values that I have here, what do I have? Let's see. So I have to solve, I have to prove this. So required to prove is what? Required to prove is this: 1 minus tan square A over 1 plus tan square A is equal to what? Cos square A minus sine square A. Remember this is actually true, and we are going to prove this one, that this is true. This is one of the identities that we are going to use later on in this video, or you can say one of the formulas. So remember this will be true. Now let's see what do we have in this question. So if I do what? If I just take my LHS. If I take my LHS, in LHS, what do I have? I have this. Since I know what the values are, so I'm just going to erase this one. So taking LHS, I have what? I have this: 1 minus tan square A over 1 plus tan square A. I know cot A is what? It is 4 by 3. So tan A will be what? 1 over cot A, which will be what? It will be 3 by 4. Or you can say it will be what? Perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular was 3, base was 4. So it should be that one also. So you have what? You have the values. Now let's erase this one and let's find out what we have. So if I just erase this and put the values here, so it will be 1 minus 3 by 4 square of that. 1 plus 3 by 4 square of that. So it should be what? 1 minus 9 by 16 over 1 plus 9 by 16. Right? So if I take LCM, it will be what? 16 minus 9 by 16 over 16 plus 9 by 16. This will be cancelling out. I will be having what? I will be having this. 16 minus 9 is 7 divided by what? 25. So this is the value that I get from this part. So this value is what? It is 7 by 24. Sorry, 25. Right? It is 7 by 25. Now let's come to my other part. So if I just erase this one, so let's see what do we have if I take my RHS now. If I take my RHS is what? It is cos square A minus sine square A. Now cos A will be what? It will be base over hypotenuse. Base is what? Base was what? It was 4. 4 over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse was 5. So it will be 4 by 5. And sine A will be what? It will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse. That means 3 by 5. Square of them will be what? Cos square A will be what? So if I just put the values here, cos square A will be what? 16 by 25. Right? So it will be what? It will be 16 by 25. And that will be what? That will be 9 by 25. So if I take LCM, it will be what? 25, and I will be having what? I will be having 16 minus 9, which is what? 7 by 25, which is equal to what? My LHS. So you can say root. And this is actually true. 1 minus tan square A upon 1 plus tan square A is equal to cos square A minus sin square A. You will be using this identity, or you can say your formula, and later on in this video we will be using this, but majority of these proofs are going to be used in 11th class while you take your trigonometry, while you take mathematics in 11th, and you will be doing some trigonometry concepts in chapter 3, I guess. Its name is trigonometry, I guess it is that. So we will be doing that there, but for now it is the result. So I hope you don't have any doubt in this, right? So with that being said, let us see what do we have next. It is this one, and this is most probably the last question of this exercise also. In triangle ABC, right angle at B, if tan A is this much, find the values of these two. Let's say this is my right angle triangle. Okay, right angle is at B, this is B, so that should be A. Let's say this is A and this is C. Tan A is what? I am taking this angle, tan A, it is what? 1 by root 3. If this is 1 by root 3, that means this side will be what? This will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. So base is what? It is root 3, perpendicular is 1. So hypotenuse will be what? Hypotenuse will be square of 1 plus square of root 3 and a square root of that. That means 1 plus 3, which will be what? A 4. Square root of 4 will be what? A 2. So this side is what? It is 2. Now I have to find out sin A cos C, cos A sin C. So if I just erase this one, if I just erase the value here, I will be having what? I have to find out sin A. Sin A will be what? You guys remember sin A, this perpendicular upon hypotenuse. That means 1 by 2. Then cos A will be what? Base upon perpendicular, base upon hypotenuse. That means root 3 by 2. Right? Then if I just put the values, if I change the angles, now I find out sin C, it will be what? This will be the angle. This will be perpendicular and this will be the base. So it should be what? Root 3 by 2. And cos C is what? It will be 1 by 2. Now you guys see, if I change the angles, the values change. That means this is sin A, then this will become, then cos C will be same as my sin A, and cos A will be same as my sin C. The values are like this. Now if I put in the formula, what do I have? Let's see. Sin A is what? It is 1 by 2 into cos C. Cos C is what? It is 1 by 2 plus cos A, which is root 3 by 2, and sin C, which is what? Root 3 by 2. So if I take LCM, it should be what? A 4. It will be what? 1 plus 3. It will be what? 4 by 4, which is what? 1. Right? Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So it will be what? 4 by 4, which is what? A 1. Now let's find out the opposite. I have to find out cos A cos B. that means cos A cos C and sin A sin C. So if I just erase this value, I will be having what? Let's see. So second part, cos A was what? Cos A was based upon perpendicular root 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus sin A was what? 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2. Now guys, see, both of these will be cancelling out. I will be having what? A 0. Right? So you will be having an answer which is 0, and the other case you will be having an answer which is what? 1. So I hope you don't have any doubt in this question, and your every doubt is clear by now in this video, in this exercise actually. So if this is the case, let's see. Exactly, I have one more sum. So let's see, this is the sum which is what? Triangle PQR, right angle at Q. Let's say PQR is the triangle which is this one, PQR. Right angle is at Q, obviously. PR plus QR, PR plus QR, sum of these two sides is what? It is 25 centimeter, and PQ itself is what? It is 5 centimeter. So that means PR plus QR, it is what? It is 25. Then PR will be what? It will be 25 minus QR, right? And PQ is what? PQ is 5 centimeter. Since right angle is at Q, then possibility is that this should be P and this should be R, or this should be R, this should be P. Choice is yours. You can either take any of these two, but you do know that PR plus QR, that means sum of these two sides is 25 and PQ alone is 5. So if PQ is 5 and PR is 25 minus QR, so according to my Pythagoras theorem, I have what? PR square equals to what? PQ square plus QR square. That means 25 minus QR square of this one is equal to what? A 25 plus QR square. That means a 625 plus QR square minus 50 QR equals to what? 25 plus QR square. These will cancel out. I will be having what? If I just solve this one, let me just erase this. If I just do it here, you guys see 625 minus 25. It will be what? 600, which will be equal to what? 50 QR. So QR is what? It is 12, right? If QR is 12, then PR is what? PR is 13. So I have my values. If I just erase this one, if I just erase this, let me just erase this one. So I have what? I have values which are what? PR is 5, QR is what? It is 12 centimeter, and PQ is 5, QR is 12, and PR is what? It is 13 centimeter. Right? So if this is the case, now I have to find out what? I have to find out the value of sin P, cos P, and tan P. Sin P will be what? This is the angle. This will be perpendicular and that will be hypotenuse. So it should be what? 12 by 13. Cos P. Cos P. This will be the base and this will be the hypotenuse. So it should be what? 5 by 13. And I have to find out tan P also. Tan P will be what? This is perpendicular. This is base. So it will be what? 12 by 5. So I hope you have understood the case. This is how you are going to find out the values if you have been given any question which is related to this much. Right? So with this, I hope we will be having now our trigonometric ratios. So we are going to study this one. Before that, let's just go through what we have done in this video. Up till now, see, we have found out, we had done this question in which we had found out what? We had found out the remaining values, remaining ratios. Similarly, we saw this one, putting the values of tan P and cot R, we got the value. Later on, we just found out the value of sin A and secant A when 15 cot A was given. So it should be what? Cot A was 8 by 15. Using that value, I found out remaining values. Then later on in this, I had this question where secant A was given, secant theta was given. I had calculated all other ratios, so I got the values which were given here. Next, we had this. We proved this one that both of them were equal. I had been given cos A was same as cos B, and both of the angles were acute. This can only happen once we have understood the case of the trigonometric ratios. where I will be finding out the values of that trigonometric table, actually the values exactly. So we will be using those values and you guys will be understanding this, that this can only be possible when both of the angles are 45 degrees. Only then you can say two causes are same. So let's see what do we have next. In this we had this one where we had put the values and got the answers, which were what, 49 by 64 and 49 by 64 as well. Then later what we had this sum in which we put the values and we proved that both of the sides were equal. So I hope you don't have any doubt in this question, and with this one you guys already remember we found out these two values by putting the values of sin A and cos C. I got the values 1 and 0 for respectively part 1 and 2, right? And finally we had this in which we found out the remaining sin P, cos P and tan P using this relation right here. I knew PQ plus PR plus QR was 25. So using Pythagoras theorem I found out my perpendicular base and height, which were this, this and that in the given order. So these were the three values that we had to find out. So now let's see what is actually trigonometric ratios and their fixed values, right? We are going to learn about the fixed values, or you can say actually this is not trigonometric ratios, let's say trigonometric value chart. Now we are going to understand the trigonometric value chart. For this we are going to break it down into two parts. Firstly, we are going to consider the angles which are 45 degrees. We are going to find out the values of sin 45, cos 45, tan 45, cot 45, secant 45 and cosecant 45. Okay. Then we are going to do what? We are going to break it down 30 and 60. We are going to find out these two values. Here will be same. I will be finding out each and every value at these two fixed angles. Then we'll be having a 0 degree and 90 degrees also. So we will be having three parts in which we will be finding out the ratios, that the fixed values on that particular angle, what will be the relation between the perpendicular bases and heights. So this will be the case. Now let's see what we have to do in this question. So firstly, starting with a 45 degree angle. Okay, let's say I have a right angle triangle. This is the right angle triangle such that its two arms are equal. Let's say ABC is a right angle triangle such that its two arms are equal. If this is the case, if right angle is at B, this is the right angle, then you can say AB is equal to BC, and let's say it is of unit length. These two arms are of unit length. It is of 1 centimeter and it is of 1 centimeter. AB is equal to BC, it is of 1 centimeter. This is what? This is a isosceles right angle triangle, right? This is an isosceles right angle triangle. So if this is the case, now let's see what do we have. If I just erase this one, I will be having what? Now let's see. I know AB square plus BC square, it will be what? AC square, right? So 1 plus 1 should be equal to what? AC square. AC will be what? A square root 2. This is 1, this is 1 and this is square root 2, right? Now I had been given that AB was equal to BC. That means angle A and angle C will be equal to. If AB is equal to BC, then angle A should be equal to angle C. That means they will be of x degrees. Then 90 plus x plus x. I have what? Equals to 180. So 2x is equal to 90. X is what? 45 each. So this angle is 45. That angle is 45. Right. So if I have the angle, the measurement of my angle, which is 45 degrees. Now let's find out the trigonometric values in such scenarios. So if I try to find out the value of sin 45, tan 45, cot 45, let's see what do they turn out to be. Either you can take this sin A or your sin C, but we are both of the angles are 45 degrees, so it does not matter which you are going to take. So I am going to take sin 45 considering this one. Sin 45, sin theta is what? Sin theta is perpendicular over hypotenuse. That means it should be what? 1 by root 2. So sin 45 is what? It is 1 by root 2. Right? It is what? Perpendicular over hypotenuse. So whenever there is an angle which is 45 degrees, sine of that angle will be what? The ratio will be what? It will be 1 by root 2. Now let's see if I had to find out cos 45. Cos 45 is what? It is base over hypotenuse. Since perpendicular and bases are same, so it should be what? It should be 1 by root 2 as well. So remember this, sin 45 and cos 45 share the same value. Now I have to find out what? I have to find out tan 45. Now guys, see, tan 45 is what? Sin 45 over cos 45, or you can say perpendicular upon base. So if this is the case, then it should be what? 1 by 1. So tan 45 is what? It is 1. So primarily I have three values: sin 45 1 by root 2, cos 45 1 by root 2, and tan 45 1. Now I have to find out the remaining values. I know if I just erase this one, I know secant 45 will be what? It will be 1 over cos 45, right? Secant theta is inverse of cos theta. Cosecant theta is inverse of sin theta, and cot theta is inverse of tan theta. So cosecant 45, it will be what? 1 over sin 45, or you can say 1 by root 2. So it should be what? Root 2. Similarly, your secant 45 will be what? It will be 1 over cos 45, or you can say 1 by root 2. So it should be what? It should be a root 2. Or even you can take it like this: hypotenuse over base, hypotenuse over perpendicular. Cosecant being hypotenuse over perpendicular, so root 2 by 1 is root 2, and base upon perpendicular, root 2 by 1 is root 2. So this is the case. And for the case of your cot theta, that means cot 45, it is what? It is base upon perpendicular, or you can say 1 over tan 45. So it itself is what? It is 1 by 1, which is what? A 1. So I have the values at 45 degrees, which are what? I have a 1 by root 2. So sin 45 was 1 by root 2. This is not 450. Actually, this is 45. So sin 45 is what? It is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is what? It is 1 by root 2 as well. Tan 45 is what? Is 1. And cot 45 is what? Is 1. Secant 45 is what? It is root 2. And cosecant 45 is what? It is root 2 as well. So these are the values at 45 degree angle. Okay, when theta becomes 45 degrees, these will be the ratios between their respective values, their perpendiculars, their hypotenuses, their bases. So these will be the values if the theta becomes 45 degree. I hope you have understood the case, right? Now let's see what do we have next. So I'm going to pick up my value, which should be what? Now it is the case of 60 and 30 degrees. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to take an equilateral triangle of side. Your choices, you can take either A, or you can take 2A, 3A, 4A, whichever value you want to take, but try to take an even value or take one. Let's say I'm going to take, choice is yours, you can take any value, the ratio will be same. So I'm just going to take the value to be A. Okay, that will be the case. Now guys, see, this is my equilateral triangle. Okay, this is an equilateral triangle. This angle is 60, that angle is 60, that angle is 60. Each side is A, and A. I do what? From any of the three vertices, I draw a perpendicular. Let's say this is the triangle ABC, and I have a vertex AH, which is perpendicular to what? Which is perpendicular to BC. Okay. This will be, let's say the total length was A. AH is perpendicular to BC. Now you have two angles. This is, now let's say this is 60, this is 90. This will be what? A 30, and that will be what? That will be 30 as well, right? So perpendicular did what? It bisected the angle A into two parts such that each of them was 30 degrees, right? So if I consider these two triangles, you guys see, I have what? In triangle AHB and triangle AHC, I have what? AB is equal to AC, angle AHB equals to angle AHC, and AH is equal to AH. That means this is given, this is 90 each, and this is what? A common. Now guys, see, right angle hypotenuse side triangles are congruent. That means triangle AHB is congruent to triangle AHC. So can I say this BH is equal to CH? Obviously I can. So if this is the case, then this total height was A, this will become what? NA by 2, and this will become NA by 2 as well. Since there will be some difficulty in calculating in half values, so that's why I was taking the value to be 2A, but no worries, we can calculate it like this. So now I know I have what? I have the triangle AHB in which angle H is 90 and other two angles are 30 and 60, right? So if I just erase the remaining figure, or let's say if I erase this figure, since I know my triangle is now a right angle triangle which is AHB, I'm just going to use that one. Let's say this is the triangle now. Okay, this is the triangle AHB such that this is A by 2, this is A. I have to find out AH first. So AH will be what? AH will be square root of AB square minus H square, right? Using Pythagoras theorem, I will be having what? Let's see. So it will be what? A square minus A square by 4. So it should be what? If I just put the values, I will be having what? 4A square minus A square by 4. So it will be what? It will be this root 3 A square, sorry, root 3A by 2. So this is what? This is root 3 by 2 A, where this is 90, this is 60, and this is what? A 30. I hope you have understood the case and you don't have any doubt in this. See, I had taken my base to be A by 2, square of that will be A by 4. So calculating everything, I got my hypotenuse, my height, which was what? Root 3 by 2 A, right? So if I erase this one, if I just erase this, now I know I have my angles. I have to find out what? Angles at the ratios at 60-degree angle and ratios at 30-degree angle. So if I consider this 30-degree angle first, this will be the perpendicular, this will be the base, and that will be the hypotenuse. So sine 30 will be what? It will be perpendicular over hypotenuse. That means it will be what? A by 2 over A. That means A by 2A. This will be cancelling out. I will be having what? 2. So sine 30 is what? It is 1 by 2. I have my value sine 30, which is what? 1 by 2. Now let's calculate cos 30 as well. So cos 30 is what? It is base upon hypotenuse. Base is what? It is root 3 by 2 A divided by A. So it is what? It is root 3 by 2 A by A, which is what? Root 3 by 2. So cos 30 is what? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, right? So cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Now if I just erase this one, since I have both of the values, I have my sine 30 which is 1 by 2 and my cos 30 which is what? Root 3 by 2. So if I just erase this figure, actually erase the written material, now let's find out tan 30. You guys see tan 30 is what? It is sine 30 over cos 30, or you can say perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is what? It is A by 2. Base is what? It is root 3 by 2 A. This is in division, so it can be written like this: A by 2 into 2 by root 3 divided by A. This will be cancelling out, that will be cancelling out. Tan 30 is what? It is 1 by 3. So I have my tan 30 now. Tan 30 is what? It is 1 by root. So remaining values can be easily found out since they are totally dependent on sine 30, cos 30 and tan 30. So let's find out our cosecant 30. If I just erase this, I know cosecant 30 is what? It is inverse of sine 30. So cosecant 30 will be what? Cosecant 30 is what? It is 1 over sine 30. So it should be what? It should be a 2. Right? Secant 30, it is what? It is 1 over cos 30. So it should be what? 2 by root 3. And cot 30 will be what? Cot 30 will be 1 over tan 30. So it will be what? It will be a root 3. So these are the values with respect to 30 degrees. So sine 30 is 1 by root 3. Sorry, sine 30 is 1 by 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Cosecant 32 secant 30, 2 by root 3, cot 30 root 3, right? So I have these values. Now I have to find out what? I have to find out the values with an angle 60 degree. So I will be taking angle 60 now and finding out the ratios. So if I just erase this, since I have these values, I am just going to find out what? I am going to find out sine 60 now. For sine 60, what will happen? This will become what? This will be base and this will be perpendicular. So sine 60 will be what? It will be perpendicular over hypotenuse. So you can say root 3 by 2 a divided by a. This will cancel out. I will be having what? 3 by 2. So you can see sine 60 is same as cos 30, which will lead to this sine 90 minus 60. Can I write it like this? So it should give me the value, which is what? Cos 30. So if you subtract, if you just complement the angle and put a sign across this, you will be having the value which is same as the cos one. Similarly, if you have this, if you do it like this, if you subtract cos, or you can say, let me just erase this one, it can be like that also. I can do it like this. We will be explaining this later on. We will be learning this later on. For now, don't get confused in this. We will be learning this later on, but for now, let's see what do we have. Sine 60 is this, then cos 60 is what? Cos 60 can be written like this, sine 90 minus 30. Although we can do it like this, I will be having whatever the value of sine 30 was, it was what? 1 by root 2. So this value has to be 1 by root 2. Now you guys see, cos 60 is what? It is base over hypotenuse. Base is what? It is a by 2. And hypotenuse is what? It is a. This will cancel out. I will be having what? A 1 by 2, which is same as my sine 30. Right? Now let's find out for the case of my tan 60. Tan 60 is what? It is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is what? It is, sorry, perpendicular upon base, not hypotenuse. So base perpendicular was what? Root 3 by 2 a divided by a by 2. So if I solve this, I will be having this root 3 by 2a into 2 by a. This will cancel out. Tan 60 is what? It is root 3. So ratio between perpendicular and base, when you are considering your tan of 60, you will be having root 3 to 1. So I got my values. If I just erase this, I got my values for 60 degrees. Sine was what? Sine was root 3 by 2. Cos was what? It was 1 by 2. Tan was what? It was root 3. Secant was what? It was 2 by root, sorry. Cosecant was what? It was 2 by root 3. Secant was 2. And cot was 1 by root 3. Because the values will be inverted, so this will be your sine, this will be your cos, this will be your tan, this will be your cosecant, this will be your secant, and this will be your cot. Right? And for when the angle is 60, let's say this is theta. When theta is 60, so sine theta will be this, cos theta will be this, tan theta will be this, cosecant theta will be that, secant theta will be that, cot theta will be that. Now let's see if the theta is 30 degrees. So when theta is 30 degrees, I have what? Sine theta, which is what? It will be 1 by 2. Cos theta, it will be root 3 by 2. Tan theta, it will be what? 1 by root 3. Then cosecant theta, it will be what? A 2. Secant theta, it will be 2 by root 3. And cot theta, it will be a root 3. So these are the values when the angles are either 60 degrees or 30 degrees. I hope you have understood the case, right? Now I have the last case, which is of either 0 degree or 90 degree. Now guys, see if the angle is 90 degree, it should be like this, right? This will be the case of 90 degrees. If this is the case, let's say I have what? Let's say if I take this value to be, let's say this one as my 1 and this one as my 2. Let's see what